Did you know that id Software released an official Doom game on mobile phones back in 2005? No, not a port of Doom 1 and 2, but an entirely fresh, new Doom game, just for your Nokia phone or your slider phone or your Sony Ericsson. You know, back when everyone was downloading ringtones that sounded like their favorite songs being played back through a dial-up modem? Back when we didn't realize the best option is just to mute our phone the moment we got it? What's even crazier about this is that this game is a 5 to 6 hour long, really good game that translates what made Doom so fun to your phone. Hey, Jarek here, and I never played this game back in the day. 2005, I was freshman year of high school, just leaving 8th grade. If I had this on my slider phone back in the day, you bet I would be playing at the back of class not paying attention. Do Zoomers look at those phones the same way I look at those old 80s brick cell phones? They have to, right? Like, that's roughly the same amount of time from the 80s to 2005, from 2005 to now. There's your reminder that you're getting old. Let's talk about Doom RPG now. What's even more wild about this game is just how crazy Doom fans can be. Someone completely reverse engineered this game and ported it to PC for free. You can play this on any computer you want. Again, for free. It's not even hard to get running. I'll put some links down below in the video information. Download Doom RPG port version 0.2.zip. Make a folder, I don't know, call it Doom RPG. It doesn't really matter. Just make a folder that you know where it is. Extract this zip file to that folder. Next, you'll need to go to archive.org and search Doom RPG, then download that zip file. Again, link in the video information. Take the contents of this zip file and extract it into that folder you made earlier. Again, extract. You can't just place the zip in there. It won't work if you do that. Once you have done this, click on this file, let it do its thing, and now you can play Doom RPG. That's it. It launches like any other game with an exe file. This is extremely well done. I never had any problems with it. I didn't have issues with the frame rate being too high, causing it to break or anything like that. It never crashed. You can even rebind everything you want. I played this mobile Doom game you would have played on your Sony Ericsson on my PC with a 360 controller. I love PC gaming. I love PC gaming even more than I love Into the AM, who's today's sponsor. Sorry, Into the AM. You can't beat PC gaming. I'm willing to bet that everybody watching this video has to wear clothes, or at least hopefully does anyway. And a really good thing you can do for yourself is buy clothes that fit you properly and are comfortable and look good. That will make your self-esteem go a lot higher than you may realize. Well, Into the AM will have you covered. All of these shirts look rather good, and they're also incredibly comfortable. I take these things out mountain biking, I take these things out mini golfing, just hanging out, getting food. They stretch, they're soft, and they look nice. They also just released their vintage line, which is 100% cotton, and those are even better somehow. They make more than just shirts though, so if you need any sort of clothes, whether it be pants or coats, be sure to check out their website. And if you go to intotheam.com/dragonshirts, you can get 10% off site-wide. And this does stack on top of their bundle deals. I've been working with Into the AM for a really long time at this point. They've been incredibly helpful to us. I mean, hell, they even sponsored one of my tournaments away from this channel, a Rivals of Ether tournament. They definitely want to support channels for the sake of supporting channels, so be sure to show them some love. They do have a good product, check them out. As always, thanks to Into the AM for sponsoring this channel, and now let's talk about Doom RPG. As you can probably tell from that name, Doom RPG doesn't function like the other Doom games. It doesn't happen in real time. This is a Doom game turned into a roguelite. I will pay you imaginary Monopoly money if you can tell me the difference between a roguelike and a roguelite. Anyway, controls are very simple. They had to be. This was going to be played on a simple phone. The game plays on a grid-based structure. Any movement that sees you going from one tile to the next will advance that turn. However, basic functions like turning left and right and changing weapons will not advance that turn. What that means is that when you move, opponents will also move. When you attack, enemies get the chance to attack or move themselves. But like I said, they transitioned from a regular first-person shooter to a roguelike incredibly well. Like, this still feels like Doom, ignoring that it still takes place in the first-person perspective and uses a lot of Doom assets. Although one of the original Doom assets missing is the music. There's no music at all in this game, aside from at the main menu and when you level up. This is really bizarre. It's most likely because they were trying to save space considering the platform you were going to play this game on, but playing this game by default with no music is really off. So much so that I just decided to play the Doom soundtrack in the background as I played this game, and it worked really well. Ow. I'm tempted to turn on Doom music, just like have it playing in the background. I'm sure this is something they wanted to do, but again, limitations of the era. Anyway, regardless, this game still transitioned from traditional Doom to roguelike Doom extremely well. What do I mean by that? Well, what they really nailed is exploring these maps. Here's how this game's structure works. There is something called the Conjunction. This is effectively a hub world. Within this conjunction, you can go to the yellow section. This yellow section has 3 levels of increasing difficulty. As you kill more enemies and explore the map, you will level up. The stats are incredibly simple. You don't have to put any points into anything. When you level up, you just automatically get better stats and continue playing. For people that are into Doom, this is a good thing. I doubt many people playing Doom want to sit there and tinker with their stats for 20 minutes. Anyway, on the hardest level in the yellow section, you will find the green key card. This will then get you access to the green key section. The same thing happens there, then you get access to the blue, same happens there, then you get access to the red. I really like this structure because it tells me how far in the game I've gone. And as I was playing, I was surprised at how long this game was. I mean, it's a mobile game from 2005. It's only going to be like at most an hour long, right? Hell, I thought like 20 minutes. No, it's 5-6 hours long. It's a full game. And again, it's not just a port of Doom 1 and 2. No, it's a full new game. In fact, it's so unique, someone actually made a version of this game in GZ Doom so that it plays like regular Doom. We've gone full circle, and that's kind of awesome. Anyway, within these levels, you have a map, just like in the original Doom games. And if you find certain terminals, it will show you the whole map. This is the part that really feels like Doom. Exploring the map to see what keycards you can get to open up that next door, and then on top of that, trying to level up, and just in general trying not to get killed. It's not really a noise I want to hear when I enter a room. Oh my god, there's an arch file in here. Like I said, this uses a lot of assets from the original Doom games. So all the familiar guns come back, all the familiar enemies come back, but with a twist. Enemies have different variants. Some of them are harder to kill than others. On top of that, since you level up, enemies get stronger as the levels get harder. Don't get me wrong, the game never gets super hard. In fact, it's kind of really easy. I don't think that we're trying to make the game hard anyway. What's really interesting about exploring these maps though is that the only way to open up doors isn't just a key card. Frequently, a door will be locked with a passcode. The way you get these passcodes is generally unique to that situation. You may find a terminal that shows a conversation between 2 people that's pretty amusing to read, but more importantly, that person's date of birth was the passcode, or at least the day and month of their birth. In this case, that passcode ended up being pretty clever. It was the 10th of October, which would mean it's 1010. Which, if you're in America, that would be month and then day, but everywhere else, that'd be day then month. It works either way. Maybe someone doesn't trust the scientist on the other side of the room, but still wants to give you the password. So they'll write it down in your notebook, and then this happens. Okay then. Wait, what? Where did he go? Once you open your inventory, you have a notepad, and yep, it's written in there. None of these passcodes were particularly difficult to find. I usually shudder when someone tries to implement something like this because it means I'm wandering around forever trying to figure out the code, but in this case, the game is very polished, so I didn't find myself getting lost or stuck for long. Hell, I found myself getting lost way more in the original Doom games. And once you do find that keycard in the last level of that section, allowing you to go to the next section, you will pass through the Conjunction again. This allows you to buy ammo, medkits, or even upgrade your stats. Your stats are really simple. You only have 4 of them, and they do what you would expect. Your accuracy stat means you won't miss shots. This is turn-based, so there is an RNG chance that you will miss a shot or get a crit. I missed the BFG, f you. Your agility stat is basically evasion. It increases the chance of them missing. Defense means you take less damage and get more health, and strength means you do more damage. I put most of my stats into strength and damage, although it is pretty fun to have an enemy miss you multiple times in a row because you upgraded your agility. Oh. It missed all 3 times! Loser. You do need to implement different strats in this game. What I forgot to mention about the controls is that you have a button to skip your turn, meaning enemies will move or do their option without you doing anything. You can use this to lure enemies to you to attack them with a physical attack, or you can try to clump them together to kill them all at once with a rocket launcher. Oh yes, please. Perfect. And there's one more thing this game does that you never saw in the original Doom games, or any mainline Doom game. You get your own dog. There is an object in this game that is basically a mind-controlling collar. Walk up close to a dog, which means you risk taking damage, but then open your inventory and put the collar on the dog. The dog is now basically a weapon. That's how it functions. It doesn't follow behind you. You can choose it. This dog has its own health pool and you choose when to attack enemies. It's almost like you momentarily turn into a dog when it's equipped and then you put it into a backpack when you swap to another weapon. This dog is really useful. Having a separate health pool allows you to just tank damage, especially since power-ups aren't used the moment you pick them up. They go into your inventory to use them whenever you want. This allows you to use your Berserk power-up and then equip the dog. You ever wanted to kill demons as a hellhound? Well, here you go. It's also pretty useful to avoid taking damage when you don't know what's going to be on the other side of a door, because you can get ambushed sometimes. Give me that keycard. That is not what I wanted to turn the corner to. It's also useful to avoid taking damage from maybe an explosive crate. Yeah, you know those ammo crates? There's a chance they just blow up when you hit them. You get a fire axe mostly to break open broken doors, but I mostly used it to break open ammo crates until one of them blew up on me, and then I just used the dog from then on. Ow! Now, obviously the dog is a resource. If your dog dies, you lose the dog. You don't die, the dog is just gone. Then you need to get another collar and put it on another dog. And since dogs have variants of which one being stronger, the blue one is the strongest, so you generally don't want to use that collar on a lesser dog. You can see why I've been praising this game. There's a bunch of really simple mechanics, but it's a really in-depth game for what it is and for what platform it was on. Especially since it does something that Doom almost never does. It tells a cohesive story that's actually good. Now, in all fairness, this came out in 2005, and id had just completed Doom 3 at that time, so they were trying to do the whole atmospheric storytelling thing. But even so, Doom RPG probably tells a better story than any Doom game I played, including Doom 3. I mean, the start of the game definitely gives a Doom 3 vibe. However, with the addition of the Conjunction, a hub world of sorts, this is very conducive to get to know reoccurring NPCs and to tell an actual story. Well, first off, who are you? Well, you're only ever referred to as Marine. I'm pretty sure you're not Doom Guy or Doom Slayer. I think you're just a random Marine. You're not the same guy from Doom 3. The two scientists you will get to know above all other ones are Jansen and Gerard. Jansen was fired from UAC 3 weeks before the events of this game. Apparently, Gerard was behind the firing somehow. These two don't like each other, but Jansen also really doesn't trust Gerard and thinks he's up to something. This plays a big role throughout the story of the game. I won't spoil it because I know most people haven't played this game, and since it's free on PC, I would highly recommend playing. Hell, there's even set pieces where NPCs talk to you at length and set you into traps and stuff. Needless to say, storytelling was a focus in Doom RPG, much more than any other Doom game. In conclusion, Doom RPG is not only a fantastic 2005 mobile game, which those alone are words I thought I would never say, but Doom RPG is just a fantastic Doom game, and a fantastic game in general. I'm really surprised that this never got ported to Game Boy Advance or the DS or hell, even the PSP. Like, this would have worked perfectly on something like this. I would have loved to just lay in bed and focus on nothing. It would have worked perfectly there. But we do at least have the next best thing. It is on PC, so you can play it on your computer if you want. I'm sure someone has found a way to play it on modern phones, so you could probably also do that. But that should sum up my video on Doom RPG. However, there was Doom 2 RPG. It came out a good 5 years later. I'm really interested after playing Doom RPG. I've been told Doom 2 RPG is a lot better than the first one, so I'll cover that next week. A big thanks to people that joined me over on Twitch when I streamed this game. It took me a couple of days to beat it because it was longer than I expected, but at the end of the first stream, I ended up talking for like 2 hours after I stopped playing. Just made a tier list of random nonsense, just talked about things, had fun. Twitch.tv/JerichoGamingDragon if you want to come hang out in the future. Also, big thanks to my YouTube members. You can see them there. If you become a YouTube member, you can see my videos at minimum 1 week ahead of time. You get weekly shoutouts. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. And of course, thanks to Into the Game for sponsoring this video, intothegame.com/dragonshirts for 10% off site-wide. Oh, and of course, the most important one is just everyone watching. Otherwise, these videos wouldn't exist. So thank you for watching this video.